The Hero Association holds a big meeting to figure out what to do after Elder Centipede goes on a rampage, wrecking several districts. The heroes go over the situation and the reports from the field, but one thing really stands out. Only one guy completely takes down the giant monster, King, the so-called strongest man alive. Officials are super relieved to have someone like him on their side, thinking that just having him around will keep other threats at bay, totally oblivious to the truth behind the victory. The meeting then changes gears to talk about the hero hunter, Garou. His name is starting to freak everyone out at the association. There are a bunch of reports saying that several heroes, even some top-tier ones, have been hurt or taken down by him. Even Silver Fang, who's one of the most experienced S-class heroes, can't handle him. Things have gotten way out of hand. Sitch, the guy in charge of strategy for the association, fills everyone in, making it clear that Garou is no longer just a regular human. His strength and instincts in battle have gone way beyond what any human can do. Sitch describes him as someone evolving into a monster just from his will and beliefs, a total symbol of rebellion against hero society. If Garou shows up again, he could potentially be rated as a dragon-level threat, which would put him among the most dangerous beings the association has ever dealt with. Some members argue that S-class heroes should definitely be able to take down a single person, but Sitch points out that Silver Fang's failure shows it isn't that simple. Even after taking some serious hits, Garou manages to escape and disappear. Word is that he has joined the Monster Association, a secret group of monsters banding together for a big fight against humanity. One exec suggests calling in Blast, the top S-class hero, thinking he is the only one who can really put an end to this mess. But Sitch explains that Blast does his own thing. He doesn't take orders from anyone, rarely talks to anyone, and likes to keep his identity a mystery. The Hero Association lets him be because he is just that powerful. Their approach is pretty clear. If humanity ever finds itself in serious trouble, Blast will show up and do his thing when he feels like it. The meeting gets thrown off track when Narinki, a wealthy backer of the Hero Association, storms in, clearly angry. He announces that his son, Waganma, has been kidnapped by monsters a day ago, and nobody has made any headway on bringing him back. His outburst brings a heavy tension to the conference hall. Sekengal, who is in charge of rescue operations, steps up to calm him down. He promises that the association will track down Waganma and get him back. This catches the attention of some S-class heroes in the room, like Darkshine, Tatsumaki, and Pig God. Tatsumaki isn't too impressed with the situation. When she hears about the hostage drama, she rolls her eyes and claims she can wipe out the monster's base without breaking a sweat. If only someone would just tell her where it is. Her confidence is palpable, but her impatience is clear too. Meanwhile, Child Emperor is deep into the investigation. He is busy using high-tech drones to follow the underground paths that Sentichoro has moved through, thinking they might lead to the monster's hideout. The area beneath City Z is huge, a complicated maze of tunnels and old ruins. He estimates it will take about 3 days to pinpoint the exact location, but the association only gives him 2. Tatsumaki is all about making a bold move. If the base is really hiding out in City Z's creepy ghost district, she is ready to just wipe the whole place off the map to get rid of any threats. Sekengal jumps in to stop her, reminding her there's a hostage to think about. She brushes off his worries, saying the monsters are probably too scared of her power to come out. Sekengal tries to warn her that this enemy is something they haven't faced before, but she isn't having it. Then Sekengal drops some bad news. Drive Knight, another S-class hero, has gone off on his own despite being told to wait for backup. He thinks he can handle it solo, but they haven't heard from him since last night. Sekengal figures he might have gotten beaten or snagged by the monsters. Tatsumaki doesn't seem to care, telling him to stop wasting time and get his team ready to go. The Monster Association has declared war and gives the Hero Association 3 days to prepare before going all out. With only 1 day left, they are in a race against time. Meanwhile, Atomic Samurai runs into Super Alloy Darkshine outside the meeting room. Darkshine fills him in on the hostage situation and mentions that he hasn't heard the details. The two quickly vent their frustrations. Atomic Samurai says he has been searching high and low, mountains, caves, ruins, taking down any monsters he finds, but he still can't track down the Monster Association's base. Darkshine agrees that the ghosts hiding in the city make it tough to figure out where to go. Their chat gets interrupted by Amai Mask, the top A-class hero, who is in a grumpy mood. He has caught wind that the assault team will only include the top heroes and is annoyed that monsters have messed with his concert. He insists he has to be part of the mission. Amai Mask warns Atomic Samurai to leave his trainees behind, saying that newbies will just slow them down and become easy targets. Atomic Samurai fires back, saying Amai Mask isn't even officially on their team. Amai Mask shrugs it off, claiming any fight against monsters is his business after what happens at his concert. Atomic Samurai proudly defends his trainees, saying they can handle themselves even around someone like Amai Mask. Amai Mask shoots back that he is stronger than all of them together and can easily be an S-class hero whenever he wants. The tension is thick until Atomic Samurai's followers step in, telling him to chill and not escalate things further. Puri Puri Prisoner is gearing up for another showdown, but his style is a bit unconventional. Even though he is locked up, he has a habit of breaking out to take on monsters, much to the prison warden's annoyance. The warden always reminds him that sneaking out, no matter how heroic the reason, is still against the rules. But Puri Puri Prisoner brushes it off, saying his duty as a hero is way more important than those petty restrictions. He recounts a recent disaster that shakes the prison. Some cat-like monster barges in, turns a bunch of inmates into monsters, and makes off with them. A few guards don't make it out alive. The surviving guards push Puri Puri Prisoner to avenge the fallen and bring some pride back to the prison. Determined, he vows to track down the monster responsible. Before he takes off, a fellow inmate hands him a hand-knitted sweater, claiming it will give him strength. It is a bit odd, but Puri Puri Prisoner accepts the gift, seeing it as a little encouragement from those still inside. Meanwhile, Child Emperor is hard at work, trying to focus while other heroes loiter around. Getting fed up with the distractions, he shoos them away to concentrate. Once he is alone, he sets up a secure chat with Metal Knight, the S-class hero known for his cool robots and no-nonsense attitude. Child Emperor confronts him directly, convinced that Metal Knight has figured out where the monsters are hiding. He pushes for some help, stressing that a kid's life is at stake. Metal Knight responds with his usual cold logic. If he spills the beans, a whole bunch of heroes could die. If he keeps quiet, only one kid will be in danger. He chooses to save the most lives, sticking to his version of justice. Child Emperor doesn't back down, asking if Metal Knight plans to join the rescue mission and how his robot body is holding up. The reply is straightforward. His machines have already been wrecked by Orochi, the Monster King. Metal Knight explains that the Monster Association isn't even on his radar. He points out that way darker forces are lurking out there, evil powers just waiting for a chance to pounce when humanity lets its guard down. While everyone is busy dealing with the monsters, those hidden threats will strike. He leaves Child Emperor with a warning: trust no one, because deceit and secret plans are everywhere. The call cuts out suddenly, leaving the young hero in stunned silence. While the association is busy debating and planning, Narinki isn't just sitting around. He uses his resources to put together a private rescue team, decked out in high-tech combat suits that make them way stronger than your average hero. Their main goal? Sneak into the Monster Association's base and bring back Waganma alive. The payoff for a successful mission is huge, so everyone is fully committed. Meanwhile, Zombie Man, another S-class hero, is on his own mission. He tracks down a gorilla-type monster to a plain-looking building on the city's outskirts and figures out it is a front for monster activities. On a different note, Fubuki, who leads the Blizzard group, is stuck in a less intense situation. After getting beaten by her sister Tatsumaki, she drops by Saitama's apartment looking for help. Inside, she finds Saitama, King, and Genos just chilling and playing video games. The vibe in the apartment is totally relaxed, which is a stark contrast to the chaos outside. King mentions that the cutest game characters often end up being the strongest, and Fubuki immediately scolds them, reminding them that the world could blow up at any moment while they're sitting around. Saitama, not bothered, tells her to chill out. Genos backs him up, saying they just got back from some heavy battles and need to unwind. Fubuki takes a good look at them and notices they are all worn out and a bit banged up. She is curious about why King and Silverfang are there. Bang explains that after his intense fight with Garou, Saitama lets him and his brother Bomb crash at his place. It is a funny scene. The experienced fighters are injured, Genos is beat up, King looks nervous, yet Saitama is just lying there, calm and unchanged. Fubuki accuses Saitama of faking his calmness, insisting he has to feel the pressure too. Saitama replies that nothing has really shifted for him. King quietly points out that things are definitely getting worse. Fubuki finally settles down and says they need to work together. With all the monsters teaming up under one banner, the heroes have to make some alliances too. Bang and Bomb agree, realizing that Garou's connection to the monsters will make the threat a lot worse, especially after witnessing guys like Centauro. King mentions that Garou could have been nearby during the last fight, just before Saitama shows up. Saitama recalls the aftermath and all the injured heroes he finds. Frustrated, he realizes Garou has somehow dodged him, and he makes up his mind to go find the hero hunter. Genos asks if Saitama knows where Garou is. Saitama admits he doesn't, but he is determined to track him down and give him a good punch when he does. Without a second thought, he leaves the apartment, leaving Fubuki's idea for an alliance hanging in the air. She sits there in silence while the others go back to their chill session. Meanwhile, down in the Monster Association's hideout, Garou wakes up in a dim room, all bandaged up. Confused about how he even survives, he spots a note next to him saying, "We save your life. Don't forget it. Stay calm and wait." Garou rips the note up and bolts out of the room. He vaguely remembers his run-in with Bang and Bomb and the big bird-like monster, but everything else is a blur. In another part of the hideout, Narinki's rescue team has been caught. The monsters gather around to check out their prisoners. Garou, lurking in the shadows, is watching it all go down. A meeting of high-ranking monsters is happening. Machine God G5 introduces himself as a representative of an outside organization allied with the monsters. Gyoro, the telepath in charge, asks if G5 can get in touch with his creator, but doesn't get a response. Through telepathy, Gyoro warns Garou to stay quiet for now. Machine God G5 explains that the combat suits worn by Narinki's guys are synced to human biology, which means the monsters can't use them. Gyoro decides they should keep the captured humans alive for strategic reasons. Then, Does, a whip-wielding monster, walks into the room, turning some of the captives into her obedient love slaves. It really shows the twisted hierarchy among the monsters. When Garou shows up, whispers spread among the monsters about why a human is being treated like one of them. They quickly quiet down when a huge figure stirs in the shadows. Orochi, the Monster King. His massive presence radiates power. Gyoro mentions that they still have about 30 high-ranking monsters, most at demon level or higher, but their lack of teamwork is holding them back. The association really needs better organization and leadership, and that's where Garou is offered a role.